Cerebral Palsy Daily with
Steve
and Dustin. Woo! Hey guys, and welcome back to Cerebral Palsy Daily. Today we have a video with special guest, my mom.
Hello again.
She's been on here before, but I wanted to do a video of her perspective on my toileting issues. I don't know if any of you have watched my toileting issues video, but I discussed my struggles with having accidents a lot and having to get on medicine and all that other kind of stuff, so I wanted her perspective.
So we're going to start with potty training and the fact that they said that Dustin wouldn't be able to be potty trained. He was very much able to be potty trained. In fact, he was potty trained by the time he was a little bit before he was age 2. However, we did have a problem with him going number 2, or going to poop. I'm just going to say it, going to poop. We had a little problem with that because he really couldn't feel when he needed to go. So most of the time, whenever he actually felt that he needed to go was when he was going. So he really didn't get, his bowels didn't work exactly properly enough to tell him, hey, I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. It did with going pee, but not going poop. So he had a little bit of trouble with that. So it took him he was probably 4 when he really, really got potty trained on the pooping side. But then even after that, for several years, he had problems with pooping his pants because he just couldn't feel it. We don't know if it was a spastic bowel or what it really was, but he just really couldn't feel it until it was too late. And by the time you got him from his chair to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff, sometimes it was too late. So, but anyway, they said he could not be potty trained, but he was very much potty trainable. And the main things that he's had trouble with since then is we taught him ways to figure out how to understand and know that he needs to go to the bathroom, needs to go poop. So he learned from that and was able to say, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. After that, he still had troubles now and then, especially if he was busy and got excited or things like that. He had some troubles. If he wasn't thinking just solely about it, he might have some troubles. But pretty much after that, we had some trouble with constipation. We've had to give him vitamins and Metamucil and things like that to help him with his constipation.
Which I did a video about.
Yes, and we give him fiber as much as we can and Metamucil and things like that, natural things to help him go to the restroom without being constipated. So that was basically all that it really was. It was not hard to get him potty trained as far as peeing goes. He was just like a regular kid. We had to take him to the bathroom, obviously, when he had to go, but he didn't really have a problem with telling us he had to go.
I just had to go a lot.
Yes, he had frequent urination issues because of his spasticity, so he did have that.
And at first, we couldn't figure out why. Mom just thought it was some issue I was having, so we went through a lot of struggles with that because she thought that I was making the choice to go to the bathroom like this, and I would face consequences for it. And then after facing so many consequences and nothing changed, we decided that there was a different issue going on here, so he took me to a urologist.
And they did scans and stuff of him and ended up putting him on Ditropan, which he's been on Ditropan now for pretty much the rest of his life, and it helped tremendously because it took his frequency issues away. And then now all of a sudden he was having other issues with going to the bathroom and feeling like he couldn't go all the way, or always felt like he had a bladder infection type thing. So we took him to a new urologist, and that urologist told us, well, sometimes Ditropan can do the absolute opposite as what it's supposed to, and if you take it for long periods of time, it can make you have these issues like you're having a urinary tract infection. So he took him off of that, and ever since then, Dustin's been pretty much golden as far as being able to go normal again and doing all the things that he's supposed to do again.
Yeah, it was a major struggle for you at first, wasn't it, trying to figure out?
Yes, because he was a typical brat boy, and sometimes he just had attitude and just didn't want to go. But then there was times that we knew, obviously, that he did want to go, but he couldn't make it to the bathroom fast enough to go. So that's when we figured out, hey, we better figure out what's wrong here, and took him to the urologist, and that's what they told us after doing scans and things like that. He's had problems with kidney infections, kidney stones, things like that. Most of the time he's able to pass the kidney stones, but he does have several in one kidney that they're looking at and keeping an eye on right now. But they took him off the ditropan, and he's not really had any kind of issues with that again.
Was it hard for you at first to understand or come to the realization that it wasn't happening by my choice?
No, not really. I mean, it was at first when you were little, because you, like I said, you were kind of bratty like a normal kid. So at first it might have been, but then once I started watching and paying close attention, I could realize that, hey, you wanted to go and you said you needed to go, but you just couldn't make it a long time. So not really. Sometimes
I would go, and then a few minutes later feel like I had to go,
yes.
And they'd say, what? You just went? And I feel like I had to go so bad I'd pee myself.
And then sometimes we took him after he felt like he had to go so bad he would pee himself, and he didn't go at all. He said, oh, I can't go now. So we had struggles. It took us a while, and we had to learn him, and he had to learn how to speak and tell us the things that were going on, but he learned.
Yeah. And learning to hold it overnight was an issue too. If I had to hold it overnight, that was an issue. Most of the time when I was with my grandparents, I didn't, but when I was with my mom and dad, they would oftentimes be in the other room sleeping and either wouldn't hear me or they'd be sleeping too hard, so I had to learn to hold it overnight. So that was kind of an issue, but other than that, I don't really think there's been other issues.
No, that really wasn't an issue for long, because you were supposed to be able to hold it overnight. They said you should be able to hold it just like anybody else can.
Yeah. But sometimes I'll tell you this from my perspective, sometimes if I hold it for too long, it can cause me to go multiple times in a short period, because I also have trouble emptying my bladder.
Just like I do.
It runs in our family. A lot of us have trouble emptying our bladders.
Yep. That's what we got on that.
Is there any sort of recommendations you would give new parents who are trying to?
Not really. I mean, just be sure that you try to let them be as normal as they can. If the doctor says, oh, they can't be potty trained, I wouldn't believe them. Try everything you can to let them do and be as much as they possibly can. And sometimes the doctors tell you things just from going off of statistics, and that isn't always the truth. So just try to do everything you can to get them potty trained and do just as you would with a normal, regular child without disabilities. And I think you'll be successful, a lot more successful with things.
Was there any sort of special method you used, or?
No, not really. Just always brought extra clothes.
And like we've always said, it also depends on the severity of the disability.
Absolutely. Yep.
Someone like me could possibly be trained to use the bathroom, but someone at the worst level of disability more than likely won't be able to.
But you can always try.
You can put forth your best effort, and if it doesn't succeed, then you know you put forth your best effort. That's all you can do.
Yep. All right, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.